it, you can do it. You know what I'm talking about? No bullshit. Just look at me. I believe I
Like a
can fly
fly
like
like
hell.
hell.
Let my teacher tell that I be like inside a jet. Let some people tell it sounds right inside the set. Deny the nigga bell. Who
Who gonna
gon'
help
help
when
when
the
the help
help need
needs
some
some help?
help?
I spit it from the soul, really
Don't
story
have a
ever told.
talk.
Lift them niggas spin when they
Get
eat
up
up
a
the road.
road.
I spit it from the soul, greatest story ever told. Lift them niggas spin when they hit up the road. My
Peace to
uncle
the
was
nigga
a fool
nation.
for the fool. I went when the days came out to show my new shoe. Blood with the blue, dudes ain't playing by the rules. Dre got killed, dude went playing by the shoe. Bank head, shot spot in the head, his right hand man. Ace I deuce, I shoot, I set the dice
Hey
game.
man,
I so hard, fuck the jaw. That's the white
this
man,
man
that nigga
stand.
white man. When the ball wounds the soul, my hood just like that, man. Niggas stood over me, 7 shots couldn't fold the G. Mama tried to tell me, daddy knew it ain't no more in me. 43, free a looter, heard he got a 40 me. Less than 10 minutes now, we started out 40
Mm.
days.
Mm.
Many man. Feel like 50 man. Got shot 7 times, but on the
Mm.
ground they found 50 rounds. Still hard like a filter rich.
Pardon
Where
me,
ever
everybody.
since I'm built for this. I believe I
I'm
can
still
fly
waiting.
like hell. Let my
Ain't
teacher
nobody in
tell
here.
it, I be like a side of jet. Let some
So
people tell it,
I can
sound
sit
right
here
inside the
for a
set.
minute.
Deny the nigga bell. Who gon' help
When
when
the
the help
help needs
needs
some
some
help.
help? I
Get it
spit it
from my
from the soul,
soul,
real
real story
story
ever
ever
told.
told. Lift them niggas spin
When
when
they
they hit
head
up
up the
the road.
road.
I spit it from the soul, greatest story ever told. Lift them niggas spin
Spirits
when
when they
they hit
head
up
up the
the
road.
road.
Lift them niggas
Sunny
spirits.
days, stormy nights. Purple heart for war, never joined the army in my life.
Ooh-wee.
This fight is just
It
a
ain't a
knife, so I swung
YouTube.
without my might.
I
You
mean,
never
at
had
some
a fight,
point.
so you had to fight for your life. No bullshit,
Don't play my
Seven
song.
figures is
Fuck this.
spell. Warriors and
Peace to the
bells,
nigga
more G's
nation.
coming back 12. I'm
I
from my
identify
head.
as
Why you
nigga.
worry
I do
about your
not mean
own
to
country?
offend
Go
others who
write
may
your
not
Michelle. Now my
have a
life ain't chill
penchant
by 12
or
days.
affinity
I'm
for the
around
uses of the
12.
word
So
nigga,
I'm
but
back in cold flow.
that's
Ain't
me.
in my lane.
I
Purple
don't
heart won't
infringe on
flame.
anybody
Pop
else's
like
right to be
Ray
whoever they
J.
are.
I rap about the change, so I change to make it
My
rain.
name is
I'ma
Mr.
chase money
Niger for
fame,
the
but buy
proper
heads on
folks.
for brain. Got shot, had to talk to dots. Said I
Mr.
wasn't gon'
Nigga
make
for
it.
the
Got
ignorant
shot,
folks.
dots found me rocks. 9-5K. Got shot, had
But
to talk to cop. Never made a mistake.
let me go and get this started because I really should be in the bed actually. I worked. I'm covering my eyes because aside from me partaking upon the rainbow sherbet, um, legal cannabis in Cook County, Illinois, I also have worked 24 hours in the past 2 days. I worked second shift, 12-hour shift. So, pardon me if I'm a little not as sharp as I would be on a well rested time. But um, recently, Charleston White did a spectacular. Now, let me get out. Let me just start here. Uh, this room is called. This page is called the Niger Room. Uh, and I've been one of my pseudonyms has been Flavinus Niger. It's been that for a while. Uh, I discovered Mr. Charleston White later on. I guess after that was long after Facebook made me delete my name, whatever. But discovered Mr. Charleston White, entertained, captivated, smart dude, had a lot of accomplishments. Okay, it had the opportunity to meet Mr. Charleston. So I'd say all this to say, and I just talked to him last week. I don't mean to name drop no bush like that, because I don't. I'm still a man. I still put value upon my temerity of my merit as a man myself. That's my nigga, Mr. Charleston, Mr. Same, Mr. Dewberry, all my niggas, man. Crow, Barry White, shit, Joe Blow, the old nigga, all them like family members to me. And shoot, shit, the young me, old soldier, man. But this is not what it's about, okay. When I say that, said that, I talked to him. This is what I mean. When I said I meant to say this, he said, he had called me about a video I put up, and he said, don't boss talk your channel. No, he didn't say don't boss talk my channel. He said don't make my channel about it per se. But in my mind, albeit I try to present multiple topics on here, but this is this King Internet. Well, he took it off the stage. It's King Internet, and he's polarizing figures. He says very polar, very shocking things. And sometimes he's accused of being hypocritical in certain cases. But he said before, and I guess even in the case of an interview. Because they pay him a large amount of money to do those interviews, and they must remain captivating and entertaining. So he may one thing, true or false, and then if he stands on something being true, you can generally find the evidence to where it's being proven true. Now, with that being said, he recently was on Jason Lee's show, and he said he made a particular statement. And even Jason Lee came and said, I could just hear the internet now, because really all it is that a lot of a lot of people just sit around. And I suggested maybe they're working, maybe they're cycling, maybe they're at the gym or doing something else, hopefully more constructive than waiting to hear waiting to react to what somebody who might have said online, what opinion they may have given online. Especially if you are over the age of 25 or 26, 27, just, don't be over 30. At least start trying to climb up out of that by that time. But I understand, people like to feel. And people like to believe that everybody thinks the same way they do. Everybody has the same notions and ideas and aspirations and particular direction they might see. I guess people of their kind go. That we all are melanated people. Darker skinned, hued folk. We identify ourselves. You got the Hebrew Israelites, you got the Farrakhan Muslims, you got the 5%ers, you got the Hebrew Nation niggas, pardon me, the Hebrew Nation fellas, I guess you don't know if you say the neighborhood organizations. I guess gang. I mean, that's whatever. You got the sororities, fraternities. Everybody. What I'm saying. You got groups. Everybody might have the skin color, but everybody not of the same type of caliber or kindred. There may be not to use them good liberal. There may be intersections between whatever groups underneath that population, but you gonna mesh with who you mesh with. So I want to play it. Let me see if I can get to it. I was just on it, so I can get to it. I don't think he deleted it by now, but
you had said something somewhere where you said somebody had asked you, why you say all these wild, crazy things, and you said that's how I get his attention. Yeah. And it stopped me that day.
I hate y'all see my house and ain't really straighten up.
When I share my story of how I got into the game, I had to get people's attention, being very honest in a brutal way. Not as brutal as you sometimes, but brutal. And that was the thing that kind of stuck with people. So that hit me in a way because I never seen you say that.
In 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, I wouldn't dare use the word on social media publicly. Because I was a youth advocate, working, partnering, in training the state's Texas Juvenile Justice Department. So I'm raised in a household where the word nigga is not used. That's a term that it's a term that you don't use. But hip hop and culture wise, it's a term that we embrace. So even as a man, I was conflicted with what I believe culturally and what I was trying to evolve away from boy to man, right? So it became my outlet, right, to get on here and talk like an ignorant motherfucker.
This part, listen.
Because that's the lyric of the rapper, right? And what made me realize that is because I grew up when gangster rap first came. We both 1977 baby, right? Yeah. So when Eazy-E in the song,
that ain't the quote I'm looking for.
There's a question there.
Y'all can see this interview,
Easy,
but
why do you wear your pants like that?
I can't get. I need to get where I want to get to.
Because it's easy access, baby. Easy. Why do you talk like this?
Y'all
He
heard
says,
y'all
I
heard a nigga
leave
say
her.
that
I
before.
want you to wash the dishes. I want you to go.
Damn. But now let me get to the point I want to
So
get to,
by the
because
time I
it
got
was
to
something I
college,
wanted to
I had
say, I
already
wanted
been
to
in community
point out.
college. I was
But hold on.
about. That's what I know from studying. We feel like she should have left Bobby. So
Stop trying to be everybody's friend and just be a savage.
Okay, hold on. Bear with me, people. I'm trying to find the right part.
it's all.
But y'all saw what he the quote from this interview in the title.
Almost how we get it.
I do that. We know how to cannibalize our own better than everybody.
But I like to start from. I want to start from here.
Sam,
10 seconds. Hold on. Get a man a little time to get what he need to get to. Hold on.
what I thought. I mean, it almost seemed like a magnet. It sucked the industry in. Why is it that way in our culture, you think? And then do you
This
believe
part.
like I do that we know how to cannibalize our own better than everybody else?
Of course we do. Uh, it's almost how we get ahead in America. We can't get ahead in America.
Now the question was, do you believe we cannibalize, black people cannibalize each other? Now Charleston agreed. He said it seems that's about the only way that we can get ahead. Now think about that statement. Think about the people that have the most popularity in supposedly this culture thing that we talk about. I'm wearing my shirt today. I'm gonna show my shirt. This is about one of my favorite minds in history, philosophical. Well, not necessarily doctor. Well, let me stick to the topic. But he said, you have to either promote cannibalism of the destruction of black people, or either be participating in it, or what have you. So let me continue with this. Hold on. All right, hold on, buddy.
Really uplifting other black people, and
You
we're
can't
openly
uplift other
doing
black people.
it. We can't. At every level of success that we get to, we openly as black people reach back down and pull other black people up by the masses. They'll close the doors on us.
White folks are.
So wait, before we get to that part, so the doors are being closed. Now we're wondering. Now we hear these stories of these popular, we'll speak with the guy today, Mr. Diddy, whatever. But you also there are several other multi, wealthy black folks that we adore, and people idolize, worship them, whatever. Is this the reason? They'll, if they attempt to pull up other black people, or masses? He said masses. So he's going to say masses of black people. Will the door be shut upon that person trying to do the pulling? And who will be responsible for the door being shut? It's two reasonably arguable answers. The answer that you might think is not the answer he's going to give. So here we go.
Black people.
Black people.
Hold on, I got to go back because y'all missed it.
White people stop.
I don't want to get too far in there. Okay.
They'll close the doors on us.
They close the door. Okay, here we go.
They who? White folks or black people?
Black people. White people stopped being our enemies a long time ago.
Oh, I can feel the internet right now. Do you believe that?
Yeah, I truly believe that.
Why?
Because capitalism has superseded racism in America.
Now,
It's
this is a conservative argument, and it's generally used by conservative. That I've debated the liberal, and I've debated the staunch conservative. This is a conservative front here. When you say and a lot, and when I really started hearing it, I first started hearing it when there were debates about Trayvon Martin, and it's like, well, but let me stick to the topic. It's not a new argument. I guess it might be seemingly Candace Owens-esque capitalism. I can't think of that one guy. The one guy that that promotes that purports that it's not so much racism. It's the effect that who has and who has not. And then when you look at, but and you also have to consider that there are other racial groups, and within, just even think about the good alabaster white folks. There's the poor white trash, even though they may have skin privilege, but skin privilege is not, with their skin privilege does not affect you if you have, if they sitting there with $2 and a meth pipe, and you got a bank call you nigga, but get your broke ass away. You know, that is what that is. So, here we go. He said, well, the line was, white people are no longer, have stopped being the black people's biggest threat a long time ago. Capitalism. Shit.
Becoming more of nationalism, right? This is America, so that's why you see the Proud Boys, groups like that emerging. White ring conservatives. They're not talking racism. They're talking their country. We're stuck on racism.
And this is true. See,
Black folks.
when when the good me Master Trump was with the let's make America great again. We got to say, we got to take our country back. You know, this is nationalism. You carve your place out in the nation. To the victor goes the spoils, and that's what it's been for the past 400-500 years. So why do niggas get brand new? Even if it what the difference, if the mistreatment is coming towards you, and it may not necessarily be intentional mistreatment. You might be self mistreatment. There's a commandment that says, "Thou shalt not covet." Your neighbor's wealth and goods and woman and whatever else they position and title. You're not supposed to covet what they got. You supposed to, God bless the child that got their own. So if you got your own, what you got to worry? Why would you even worry about whether they don't like you or not, or what they can do if you got power to control your destiny? Oh, but they ain't gonna let me have the power to control my destiny. Well, yeah, I guess that goes back to that slave. Well, they said Jesus said slavery was a choice, you've admitted to being in a form of either mental slavery, economic slavery, political slavery. But this ain't my video.
But people would say black people can't be racist. We're stuck on the idea of being racist. We don't have the power to be.
And this is true. That's absolutely true.
Yeah, so
That's absolutely true. We talk about culture, but they was talking about a hip hop battle. Drake and Kenny, Aubrey and Kendrick. Kept on talking about culture this and culture that. Within this culture y'all keep speaking on. Y'all talking about who the best rapping ass nigga, whether a nigga is even black enough to rap, and you're not even giving any constructive tangible benefit other than the superficial fact that you're black. Say it loud on Black and I'm Proud. That shit is dead. Drake lost is still a multi-millionaire nigga, and that you made out, but that's capitalism. Your feelings, believe me, and y'all know this to be true. You may recognize that racism exists, but the more money you motherfucking get, the less it's gonna bother you. Cause you can move away, you can be away from it. You'll be able to have the opportunity and the ability and the wherewithal to go anywhere your black ass wanna go. Your African American self, your person of colored, black. I know my name, but I don't know. I probably wouldn't go to. There was certain places, just like you say, the blacks cannibalize each other. You gotta be careful. You going rich down to some of them damn islands, but then you gotta be careful. You black and rich, you going over to them, some of them Amsterdam and them lily white countries too. But I'm getting off the point.
we're because we feel that we're owed something.
And we do.
Reparations, or we
And we are.
and we are owed something, if we're gonna be honest, right? But there's a group that's that feels entitled, and that's the group that's hurting us, right? So the entitled group uses racism as an excuse, as a crutch, but they really don't know racism, because racism is really hidden in the fabrics of America, in bank loans, and why you can't access. So we see more prejudice than we do racism.
So yeah, that's what that is. So that's Mr. Charleston's White perspective, based on his experiences and based on where what he's accomplished and the life that he's lived. Pardon, this bookshelf is mostly DVDs and other bullshit. My shit I'm trying to sell. I got my Y'all can't really see my humidifier, but that's over there too. So yeah, that's what that is. And I imagine people want to have a reason to be mad. If he hadn't reached his level of popularity and gained the type of attention that he's gotten, then most of y'all wouldn't even care. It'd just be just like one of them other niggas that be on internet. That might have just said something like me, maybe just like me. Y'all maybe hide my post for 30 days or indeterminately, but that's that man's opinion. So I put Mr. Nasheed's name in the title because I want, and I respect the brother for what he do. Once upon a time, I was an avid supporter of Mr. Nasheed. I had to change of mind to a degree, but I don't say that this video is not to say anything bad about Mr. Nasheed. But however, I've heard rumblings now. They say that the person who said they had this particular audio, they shared it in some type of private forum, and in my mind I said I'm not joining no forum just to listen to some talking. Uh, and in a lot of cases, you may get to the point, give us five, man. I'm tired of buying the motherfucking revolution, man. Trying to buy the struggle, trying to buy, buy my way into heaven, Jesus. Culture is an instrument of power. That's what Amos Wilson said. Dr. Amos Wilson said. Uh, we talking about culture. Culture ain't on your hip hop records. You may express you may express your experiences while living within the culture. It's just, I guess that's part. Is that the culture? Is doing it the culture, or is this the actual art form the culture? It's a slippery slope. But if culture is an instrument of power, as the great Amos Wilson said, uh, how is your culture empowered you today, and how has it empowered you? So it's like, they say that you got to be careful what they say. They say that Mr. Nasheed had said some words from Mr. Charles. Now, my opinion, uh, it would have been better. I hope it ain't just because the man has the wherewithal to reach out. Mr. Charleston has a booking number, and even I'm sure that he would allow Mr. Nasheed to ask him a simple question. But his interviews, of course, his interviews cost. But I really would. And you see, and you see, Dr. Umar said his ass down. He tried to tap dance his way out of it, but he knew what was coming. Mr. Charleston's the open book. You can go back. He encourages people to go and look in his background. He is very resourceful. I've seen, and I've been in a little time period that I've known him, and I've been reviewing his work and his interdealings with others that attempt to come in the manner in which I don't know. I didn't hear nothing. Let me stop. But this is a rumor. And this, I imagined, and I'm just piecing this together. Maybe this is why it may be that reason to have response. And, uh, black people do want reparations. We think them people owe us. I believe it, but they'll also say you were this slave. I want it for my great 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 grandpappy and grandmammy. So yeah, man, I'm supposed to be laying down. I ain't made my breakfast. But don't, man, it ain't, oh man, just call, man, oh man, don't do that. Please, Mr. Nasheed, I don't know whether you done it. Maybe they folks just talking and don't know what the fuck they talking about. But and then you think about it, he always Charles, peace and love. Nigga nation or nothing. I'm out. I got to go lay down and have me some breakfast. And I'll holler at y'all next go around. I can't cut the bitch off. YouTube. Still fuck YouTube.